It's a great question, and I think it's one that people are always trying to understand, and it's something that you really have to get a grasp on before you can grow on Instagram, which is why we're starting with a discussion about the algorithm, because the reality is that the algorithm plays a huge role in whether your content gets seen or not, but it's not what people make it out to be. So what is the algorithm? Instagram's algorithm is designed to prioritize content that keeps users on the apps for longer periods of time. The more time that people spend on Instagram, the more ads they're watching, which drives revenue for Instagram. Instagram doesn't make money because you and I have an account. We're not paying to be on Instagram. The way that they create revenue is by people consuming ads. Now, these ads are consumed when you're scrolling through your feed for hours, and in order to do that, there has to be content that grabs your attention. So the algorithm is constantly moving things around to create a feed that's specialized for you and will keep you on their app as long as possible so you consume more of those ads. It prioritizes content that's likely to generate high levels of engagement, such as likes, comments, shares, and saves. And we'll talk more about that later. It tailors your feed based on your past behaviors, interactions, interests, and your relations with others. It does this by seeing what content do you like, who are you DMing, who are you leaving comments on, what kind of reels and content are you sharing with your friends. Those are all things that the algorithm takes into consideration when it's deciding what to show on someone's feed. Now, what is the algorithm not? It's not some AI robot in the sky with a fixed set of rules on what's good and bad on Instagram. It's not out to get you. It's not deciding from day one that you're not worth showing your content to people or who's like going to be amazing right from the start. What it does is it uses this coding that's been created to see what people are engaging with. Engagement, engagement, engagement. That's what we're going to focus on here because that is what will get your reels and your content seen by more people. The algorithm is continuously changing based on user feedback and our favorite thing, platform updates. I say platform updates sarcastically because for a lot of us, it is frustrating, but that's because the algorithm's always changing, which means you're always having to learn to adapt to whatever those changes are. But you just have to understand that its primary goal is to enhance user experience. It's not out to penalize you or to penalize specific users and content creators. And by understanding these aspects of the algorithm, we can help you develop effective strategies to maximize your visibility and increase your engagement on Instagram. Understanding the algorithm is a huge benefit to growing your account online and will get you more views on your content and more engagement and interaction, which is the ultimate goal. Two of the most important factors that the Instagram algorithm is looking for when it decides what content to push out to more users is watch time and audience retention. Watch time is a critical metric on Instagram, especially for your Reels content, because the longer the user spends watching your videos, the higher your engagement levels tend to be. So to maximize watch time, things that I've done successfully and that you can do also is by creating looping reels. Now, looping reels are so great because they're short. They're usually 3 to 6 seconds. And the idea behind them is that you write a lot of text on the screen. So as the viewer is reading the text, the reel is repeating in the background and looping. And this encourages repeat views and prolonged watch time. Now, Instagram just released a Reels update allowing some users to upload 3-minute long Reels to the app. This is amazing because it gives people more ability to create unique content without being limited by that 90-second time frame. But something to consider when creating content that's longer is you need to be able to retain your audience's attention. So audience retention measures how well your content retains the viewer's attention. High retention rates indicate compelling and engaging content. Low retention rates means that people wanted to move on quickly from your content, and that is a really quick way for a reel to just not be able to keep gaining views in the algorithm. The real focus when you're creating content on Instagram needs to be creating content that resonates with your ideal audience so that you can improve your retention rates and keep them coming back to watch your reels for longer because they know you, they trust you, and they want to see what information you're providing. You can monitor your watch time and retention analytics, and this is essential for evaluating the effectiveness of your content strategy. You can access your reel insights to allow you to track these metrics and make informed decisions to optimize your engagement. In order to see these reel insights, you go to your reel or your post, you tap the 3 horizontal dots in the top right corner, and then click Insights. You scroll down and you can look at the average watch time. That's what it says, average watch time. You can see how this compares with the length of your video. So say, for instance, your video is 6 seconds, but your average watch time is only 3 seconds. So what you want to do is you want to look at your reel and say, okay, what's happening at that 3-second mark that makes people want to scroll on and loses people's attention? By looking at these analytics, you're able to better understand your viewer and what their interests are and tailor your content in a way that keeps them watching your reel for longer and keeps their attention on your content. There are 3 algorithms that Instagram uses and combines together to create one larger algorithm. These algorithms are the Reels algorithm, Explore algorithm, and the Search algorithm. We're going to talk about the Reels algorithm. This algorithm considers the following signals to determine what Reels to show people. It looks at user engagement, so like we talked about, likes, which is the little heart, comments, which is the little voice bubble here, shares, which is this little airplane, and that's with sharing to friends, and then saves, which people would have to touch these little 3 dots and hit their save button. Then it looks at interaction history of the content creator. So something that impacts whether your reels are shown to people is, are you interacting with other creators? Are you interacting with people in your comments? Are you in people's direct messages? One of the best ways to get your reels on the top of someone's feed is to be direct messaging them. We'll talk later about ways to get into people's direct messages without seeming spammy or like you're just cold messaging them, but this is a really important step of the process in order to get your reels seen by more people. Lastly, the Reels looks at audio and popularity of the type of post and the trend. So following trends is a really big part of Reel growth and being able to grow your account. So when you see people using the same trend over and over and over and the same audio over and over, it's a pretty good sign that it might be a trend that you would want to hop on for your account too. And this is one of the best ways to grow your account because people are interested. There's a reason it's a trend. People are wanting that content in that moment. And that's the best time to hop on to something is when people are really, really into viewing those type of reels. When I was talking about audio, we'll go more into trending audio in depth in a later time. But if you look at the little square at the bottom right-hand corner, it has a little music note next to it. You can click on it. I use this audio at under 1,000 uses, and now it's at the top you can see it says trending, and then it says 22.5 thousand uses. So it's been used over and over and over thousands of times since I used it, and that also will push your reels forward into people's pages and onto their explore page and their search page because Instagram likes to push trending audios because it shows that people are interested in that sound. They're interested in what you have to show. My top recommendation if you're just getting started in creating reels is to create looping reels. As you can see, this reel is playing in the background, but it kind of looks continuous. The hand is circling in a motion that starts and stops in a similar position. the music is repeating itself without any words, so it sounds kind of like it could keep going. And there's a lot of text on the screen. So as people are reading the text, the reel is looping multiple times in the background, and you're getting more views, which leads to more engagement, which leads to Instagram showing the reel to more people. This reel was shown to 1.9 million people because I used a trending audio early. I created a looping reel so that it played more often. I included a lot of text on screen and in my captions so people would have even more text to read while the video was repeating in the background. And I wrote a point of view about something that was trending in the moment that a lot of people had opinions on. These are all ways to get the Reels algorithm to grab onto your content and to show it to more people. The next algorithm we're going to talk about is the Explore algorithm. The Explore algorithm prioritizes content on your Explore page. So what this is if you go down to the bottom of your Instagram account, there's a little magnifying glass, click on that, and Instagram will show you your Explore page. A lot of people come here when they feel like there's something they're searching for and they want to use the search bar, or if they feel like their feed just isn't what they're looking for in any given moment and they want to see a more round image of what Instagram thinks is interesting to them. So the way that Instagram figures out what to put on this exact page is based off of different things. So one of them being the metrics of the individual post. So the posts that pop up here are gonna be posts that have a lot of likes, that have a lot of saves, comments, shares. Those are going to be the posts that are going to pop up on your Explore page. It's also based off of your past interaction history with a specific content creator. So if I tend to click on a specific content creator's post when it's on my Explore page, well, guess what? More of their posts and more of their reels are going to pop up on my Explore page. Also, just details about the way that I interact with this creator outside of the Explore page. So maybe I've gone to their Instagram page before and I've liked something, or I've shared one of their reels with a friend. Instagram is going to show me more of their content on the Explore page. So our goal is to wind up on this page, right? Like that is the big goal, is to pop up on people's feed, which was the Reels algorithm, and Explore page, which is the Explore algorithm. So one of the big ways that we can work on coming on to the Explore algorithm for other people is by increasing our engagement. So increasing people liking our posts, increasing the way that people share our content, increasing all of those things are going to help us pop up on the Explore page. Something else that's really beneficial for your Explore page is using it to help Instagram know who you are and what your interests are for pushing out your content to other people. So what I like to do is I like to come into the Explore page every now and then and remind Instagram what my interests are. So I can see right now there's a Taylor Swift post on here. It doesn't really have anything to do with digital marketing or Instagram growth. So I'm going to click on it. And then I'm going to go to the three little dots in the corner and I'm going to press not interested. This tells Instagram that I'm not interested in having this in my Explore page because I want my Explore page to be really focused on my personal niche. So you can do the same for your niche. Maybe your niche is real estate. Maybe your niche is digital marketing. You want the posts that pop up on your Explore page to be connected to your account. So Instagram just has a more round image of who you are. So I'm also going to go in for a band that I like, but I want it to be on my personal page, not my business page. So I'm going to say not interested. And I can also say don't suggest posts from them, manage my content preferences, but I'm just going to go through and do a couple. And I see some that are very Instagram growth specific, which is my niche. So I'm going to click on them and I'm going to say that I'm going to save this and it will let Instagram know I'm interested in seeing more posts like that in the future. So that is how you can use the Instagram Explore page. And remember, our biggest goal is to get on this page if we want to reach new audience and a new following and people outside of our current followers. And the best way to do that is to increase engagements on our content. The last of the three algorithms is the search algorithm. Now, the Reels algorithm is why people will pop up on your main feed. Then when you go to search, The explore algorithm is why people will pop up on your explore feed. Lastly is the search algorithm, which is why people will pop up when you search. So let's use digital marketing as an example. We're going to hit search and put in digital marketing. Now, the first thing that's going to come up is creators that have the search term in their name, which is why it's really beneficial to put your niche in your name. Now, you can do this in different ways. I see in the make money space, you have digital, you have marketing, you have make money, you have just money, you have mindful a lot. Words like that tend to pop up in the making money online niche. And if you have it in your username, then it will come up here. Also, you want to put it in your name on your profile. So it will say things like, for example, it says Trisha, then it says Etsy, digital marketing. So people can know just from this little snippet without even seeing her bio that she talks about Etsy, she talks about digital marketing. Below her, Kyla talks about digital marketing and passive income. The reason they're coming up on this search page is because they have it in their username and they have it in their name in their bio. Now we're going to go for hit search. And these are going to be posts and reels that have keywords and hashtags that are related to digital marketing. Now, what's the difference between keywords and hashtags? Keywords are used for SEO. So in the search algorithm, keywords are extremely important, and there's lots of places you can put keywords. We're going to deep dive into our keywords and hashtags in a different section of this course, but I just want you to realize that the reason these posts are here is because of keywords and their hashtags. I know that some people say hashtags are dead or you don't need hashtags anymore. Instagram themselves even says you do need hashtags. They don't recommend using all 30 necessarily, but the reality is that no matter how many you use, hashtags are still being used as a way for people to search for content that is relevant to them. So if you don't put hashtags and you don't put keywords in relevant places, you are actually hurting yourself in the long run when it comes to the search algorithm. Now, keywords are really, really great. You can put them in lots of places. So you can put them in your stories. You can put them in your content. You can put them in your captions. You can put them in your bio. You can put them in your name, like we talked about. All of these places are in this search algorithms like view, and it's looking for all of those places to kind of roundabout have an idea of what you are. So when people are searching for your niche, you will pop up when you have been using keywords related to your niche in all of these different places. And that is how the search algorithm works. Should I start a new account? Is the question on everyone's mind when they see these new accounts coming in and getting thousands of views and thousands of followers from what feels like the beginning of their account. And you might be a month in, 2 months in, 3 months in, and you're struggling to get past 200 followers or 200 views per reel. This is a really great question, and it's one that I want to answer today because it's something that it's really easy to focus on, well, maybe I'll just start fresh, maybe everything will be different. But the reality is the algorithm is not against you and for everybody else. It is looking for specific things in your content. And if they're not in your content now, starting a new account isn't necessarily going to change that. The only time I recommend starting a new account from scratch is if you've bought followers in the past or you're completely changing your niche. The only other exception is every now and then when you've been in Instagram jail for too long, it can hinder your account so much that it's really better to start fresh. We're going to go over Instagram jail and what that looks like later, but there are some cases where it's just your account is in this limbo and it is better to start fresh. But usually it's just if you've bought followers or you're completely changing niches. Maybe you're going from fitness to talking about finances. Maybe you're going from talking about books to talking about dogs. That would be a reason to start a new account. If this isn't the case for you, then you need to optimize the algorithm for your account, not start over again. Two ways that you can optimize the algorithm are editing your search history and consuming different content. So for your search history, you can go to your account center and clear your search history. Go to your profile, click the three parallel lines at the upper right-hand corner. Click on your activity and then recent searches. Clear this section out. If this section is messy with lots of searches in different areas, it's kind of like your explore page. Instagram looks at what you're searching and who you follow and who you're in contact with when you're a brand new account, and it uses that as a way to kind of understand who you're interested in interacting with. If your search history is filled with things that are completely unrelated to your niche, it's definitely not benefiting you as a new account. Now, larger, more established accounts can kind of search anything because Instagram already knows what they're there for and what they're doing. But as a newer account, it's really important to keep your account for business only. This goes with consuming content also. Try to save mindless scrolling for your personal account. You don't want to confuse the algorithm about your niche and who should follow you. Follows, comments, and content consumption should all happen with the goal of increasing growth and encouraging your target audience to find you. If you're looking at videos that are completely unrelated and your explore page is filled with stuff that has nothing to do with your niche, Instagram doesn't know where to place you. So when people are looking up digital marketers or physical therapists or whatever your niche is, it's harder for them to find you if Instagram is confused about who you are and what you do. So instead of starting fresh, clear your search history and clear your explore page. We talked in the last video about saying not interested or interested in things that are related to your niche, and see if that helps your account grow faster. We already talked about optimizing your account for the algorithm. Let's talk about optimizing your content. Let's talk about the importance of quality content. Instagram is all about visuals, so it's crucial to ensure your content is not only visually appealing, but also engages and resonates with your audience. Make sure to avoid using watermarks as they can detract from the aesthetics of your post. Not only that, Adam Mosseri, the CEO of Instagram, has even said that if it has watermarks from competing apps like TikTok, they're actually going to not promote it on places like the Explore page and like the Reels feed, because why would they promote something that's advertising a competitor? A way to find out what is happening with the Instagram algorithm behind the scenes is to follow Adam Mosseri himself. This is at Mosseri. He talks all about Instagram updates and the algorithm in his stories. It's a great way to know what's going on with the algorithm and any changes that come along. So to make sure your content is the highest quality, head to your profile, click on the three horizontal lines in the top right corner, navigate to settings, and then scroll down to your app and media. Here, make sure to toggle on the upload to the highest quality to ensure your posts are optimized for maximum impact. Make sure you create a variety of content. If you're only uploading reels or only carousels or only static posts, you're actually missing out on 30 to 60% of the potential followers you could be getting otherwise. Make sure you include a variety of content so that you have more reach. Right now on the Explore page, carousels are blowing up, which means for every one reel or static post, there's 4 carousels on the Explore page. But this could change. So make sure you're posting a variety of posts and types of content so that you can keep up with the trends without having to always be 100% aware of what the exact trend is. If you're posting all 3, you're always going to be on track. Consistency is key on Instagram. Even above like having the most beautiful, aesthetically pleasing reels, is just posting regularly. Posting regularly maintains visibility and engagement with your audience. We will discuss the importance of posting consistently and how to develop a posting schedule later on in the course, but just know that posting frequently keeps your reels and your content on people's Explore page and on people's feeds more often, which means people are seeing your content, they're thinking about you, and they're much more likely to hit that follow button than if you're posting inconsistently. What will make your content stand out on social media? Guys, it's not necessarily about following all the trends and about doing everything that everybody else is doing. This is important. This is important for growth. But what makes your content stand out is you. People connect with people, and social media is about being social. So create content that's unique to you, but that also uses trending audio, uses SEO, hashtags, all these things that we're going to be discussing in upcoming course modules. But really focus on what makes you unique, and people will be so much more likely to hit that follow button. How do you find your target audience? I think this might be the most frequently asked question in the Instagram growth space. If your content is not reaching your desired audience, it's probably because you're placing too much emphasis on defining your target audience rather than understanding their preferences and needs. Instead of fixating on a specific demographic like women in their 30s who are moms and have a career outside of the home, shift your focus away from the concept of this rigid target audience and instead shift your mindset toward the results you want your followers to achieve. The result is the key attraction for people visiting your page. In the case of an Instagram growth coach, the focus on aiding individuals in expanding their Instagram presence for daily sales through digital products is the goal and the result. It's not about pinpointing the audience, it's about delivering the results that the page has to offer. So the question to ask yourself is this: what does your page aim to achieve? What free offerings and freebies will followers receive from being a member of your community? Having a clear outcome for your content naturally draws in those seeking the result. Abandon the notion of a demographic-specific target audience and instead consider what value people will gain by following you. We're in a day and age where there are so many people creating content every single day. The competition has never been fiercer for gaining followers. People will only follow you if they feel like they're going to gain something from you. I know it sounds kind of selfish, but the reality is people aren't going to follow an account if they don't feel like they're going to get something back. And that might be humor. It might be that you make them laugh. It might be education. It might be that you teach them something. But there has to be something gained, a result that the people can see being successful through your content in order to hit that follow button and want to view more from you. How do you reach this target audience? It's all about engagement. Your content is not getting pushed out to more people who are like your target audience because you're not giving people a reason to engage with your content. Instagram boosts content when there's more engagement. Encourage things like likes, saves, shares, and comments on your reels without explicitly asking. One of the best ways to research your target audience is to go to the account of a creator who's very successful in your niche, who gets a lot of views, who gets a lot of engagements and follows. We're going to look for a couple things. We're going to look at their bio and look at what their bio says. How is it reaching new followers? We're going to look at their captions and look at what hashtags and keywords they're using in their caption to reach your target audience. We're also going to look at their comments. And here we're not looking at exactly who's commenting necessarily, but what we're looking for is questions. Because if people are asking questions such as, do you find all these hacks on your own? That's a question. And now we can look at what kind of questions people are asking and how we could answer them in our own content. Because if we're providing answers that people are looking for, then we are becoming a resource to these people, and these people are your target audience. So if you have an idea of who your target audience is, go to a large creator in your niche, look at what kinds of questions people are asking in the comments, look at what kind of hashtags they're using, look at their bio and see how they're gaining followers, and all of these things will help you